Hi, thanks for joining me. My name is John Klingesmith, and I'm the Senior Associate Dean for Academic Affairs in the Graduate School, and also a professor in the medical school here at Duke. It's a great pleasure to welcome you as a graduate student just starting out at Duke, or maybe continuing on to another degree. The presentation I'm going to provide to you now is to orient you to the general requirements and expectations of graduate students at this university. These apply to all of you and are beyond the additional and particular requirements and expectations for specific degrees, such as the PhD or the Master of Arts, as well as beyond and additional to the specific requirements for individual departments and programs. So what I'm telling you pertains to all of you, regardless of what department or degree you're pursuing. You've probably already been wondering what will be expected of you as a graduate student. An excellent overview of the core expectations of graduate students, the graduate faculty, graduate departments and programs, and the graduate school itself is provided by a document on the graduate school website as indicated here. I'd encourage all of you to read this. It's an excellent introduction to the general expectations and culture of graduate school. I'd like to highlight the expectations of graduate students in particular. The core expectations are currently organized into 4 themes. Let me give a key example of the first 3 that I think is particularly important for you, and then spend a bit more time on the 4th. One of the areas of core expectations is community. By that we mean essentially the community of people here at Duke, whether it be students, faculty, staff, everyone that's here interacting together in this university. And a key point is that we expect you to create, in your classrooms and laboratories, an ethos of collegiality and collaboration. Please respect everyone that you work with, value them, and learn from them. You'll be amazed at how people who are very different from you are often those from whom you can learn the most. Another area is professional development and program progress. There, a really key point is that we expect you to seek out a range of faculty and peer mentors that can help you prepare for a variety of professional and career roles and responsibilities. The graduate school has an extensive professional development program that will help you develop and understand how getting a range of faculty and peer mentors can really help you understand what you want to do and how to get there. Teaching and training is a third area. Many of you will have roles helping undergraduates with, say, an honors thesis or serving as a teaching assistant in a course, possibly teaching your own course. We expect you to devote the same seriousness to undergraduate or graduate instructional duties that you would expect from your own instructors as a student. And finally, let me talk about research expectations, because this is where students often have the biggest difficulties. We expect you to work responsibly toward completion of your degree in a timely fashion. We expect you to communicate regularly with your program directors and faculty advisors, especially in matters relating to research and progress within the degree program. This is a very important point, because since you've never done this before, if you had done it before, you wouldn't be getting this degree, you wouldn't be trying. You don't actually know whether you're making good progress or not very often. The people who know are your program directors and faculty. So they are going to give you feedback, and it's really important that you communicate with them to be able to receive that feedback and that you be receptive to that feedback. Finally, we expect you to exercise the highest integrity in all aspects of your work, especially in the tasks of collecting, analyzing, and presenting research data. And on this point, all of you will undergo mandatory training in the responsible conduct of research throughout your time in graduate school, but starting Wednesday, August 12th for master students, and Thursday or Friday, the 13th or 14th of August, for PhD students, depending on your program. There's also a number of requirements beyond these expectations. Academically, the key one is to maintain good academic standing. That requires that you receive no failing grade, which is an F. Please be aware that an F results in dismissal. You must receive no grade lower than a C to be in good academic standing, and in many programs, the lowest grade that you can receive is a B- to be in good standing. Doesn't mean that you're dismissed if you get that grade, but it does mean that you would not be in good standing. You need to maintain a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.0, which is a B average. You need to participate effectively in co-curricular academic activities, which means beyond courses. So, for example, if you need to do research rotations, if you need to be in a student seminar, all those sorts of things that are required for your program have to be taken very seriously, equally seriously to your coursework. You need to meet requirements on schedule. So, for example, if you need to take a certain course in the first semester and another course in the second semester, you need to meet those requirements on schedule unless given a waiver by your program director. And finally, you need to make satisfactory progress toward degree. And again, this can be difficult for you by yourself to understand whether your progress is satisfactory, harking back to how it's really important that you have good communication with your faculty advisors and program directors. All of us here at Duke knew this year, as a result of the pandemic, are required to uphold the Duke Compact. This is a pledge to be personally responsible and accountable for the health and safety of fellow students, faculty, staff, and the community at large, by committing to follow a number of behavioral expectations during the pandemic. You've already received information about this. You need to complete your confirmation of the pledge by August the 17th, 2020, online, consistent with the email you've already received. And please be aware that if you are going to be a student on campus at any time this semester, you also must complete a policy attestation that accompanies the Duke Compact that's appropriate for your degree type. So there's one for master's and professional students, a different one for PhD students. You need to sign that as well as the Duke Compact. Similarly, all of us, for a very long time, here at Duke have been required to uphold the Duke Community Standard. In fact, you've already pledged to uphold this when you accepted admission to Duke. But just in case you didn't read the fine print, let me tell you what that is, because we're going to be reminding you about this frequently as you go along. Duke University is a community dedicated to scholarship, leadership, and service, and to the principles of honesty, fairness, and respect, as well as accountability. Citizens of this community commit to reflect upon and uphold these principles in all academic and non-academic endeavors, and to protect and promote a culture of integrity. To uphold the Duke Community Standard, you will not lie, cheat, or steal in your academic endeavors. You will conduct yourself honorably in all your endeavors, and you will act if the standard is compromised. The Duke Community Standard is complemented by a number of standards of conduct, which are behaviors that are specifically prohibited by the graduate school and university. I won't give you the definitions of each of these, although I've written them here. I'll just mention them, and if you're not sure what I mean by these words, please read the definitions. Lying, cheating, theft, harassment, sexual misconduct, assault, trespassing, possession of illicit drugs on university property or as part of any university activity, possession of explosives, incendiary devices, or firearms on university property, and finally, refusal to comply with the directions of a university police officer or interference with the proper operation of safety or security devices. These are detailed in the bulletin of the graduate school if you would like to study them. And be aware that if you fail to meet the requirements that I outlined, or if you violate the standards of conduct, there are, not surprisingly, significant penalties. These are both academic as well as non-academic. Academic penalties range from grade reduction all the way through withholding of degree and dismissal. Non-academic consequences range from remedial training all the way through civil prosecution, and if you're an international student, deportation out of the United States. But instead of thinking about the negative implications, let's think about the positive ones, because these are what's going to apply to virtually all of you. The rewards that you will get from meeting the requirements of the university and from upholding the compact, the community standard, and not violating the standards of conduct. Along with your hard work, this most likely is going to result in a degree from the graduate school. That in turn includes the perception that you're a person of true integrity with deep skills and real expertise. That leads to the respect of your peers, your ability to make significant contributions to your field, and ultimately, to good jobs. And Duke graduate students go on to get great jobs all over the world. We're very proud of the kinds of jobs that our students go on to get and the amazing locations where they pursue them. This map here shows where our PhD graduates are currently employed, at least the ones who most recently let us know in a survey. And the size of the blue dot indicates the number of people pursuing a career right now in any particular country. You can see most are in the United States, well spread throughout the U.S., but really even all over the world. We look forward to your successful completion of your graduate degree and adding your data to the wonderful collection of jobs, a huge spectrum of interesting work that our graduates are doing all over the world. I wish you the best of luck this coming year and throughout your time here at graduate school, and thanks for choosing Duke.